today I'm really looking to share some realistic funding paths and ways forward for folks that really want to be out there starting their own business, doing their own thing. And, maybe we can figure out a little bit in 30 minutes or less, which one might be right for you. So like I was just talking about, the first one is bootstrapping, right? It's figuring it out. Maybe you've created something on a 3D printer and you can create hundreds of them, and maybe you can sell them on an online store, do some e-retail, e-commerce, and you get a few sales, and all of a sudden this thing catches off and thousands of people want them, and you got to figure out how to scale quick, right? Or like I said before, you've got to service something you're really good at, and you're tired of being the least paid one in a big company, and you're the best one at it, so you're going to go out and do it yourself. That's what that is, right? Another way is debt financing, right? So you're going to work with a lender because you've got good credit, and you're going to try to finance some debt to get going, right? Use somebody else's money. Something like that might be often used in the real estate business, right? Like you got some good credit, maybe you start an LLC, but there's nothing there yet. The more and more you go, you start doing deals, closing sales, generating revenue through that LLC. Now you can maybe take on some debt to buy a few properties, as opposed to using your own money and doing things in your own name. You're doing it in the name of the company. Same thing can happen with service industry stuff. Like usually, maybe you have an idea for a service or a product, and you build a business plan. You start serving that service to businesses and being paid, or producing that product and selling it on a smaller scale. But you've written a business plan. You've shown that it's viable in the market, and you take it to maybe a local economic development corporation that helps small businesses get started, or Small Business Administration works with lending bodies like banks, large and small, to get loans backed by the government to help you get off the ground, help you expand, help you with those kind of things. So that can be a way to either get off the ground or get kind of that oomph you need to go a little bit further. Another one would be equity financing, right? This is your angel investors, your venture capital. This is like high growth, scalable ideas. It's risky though, because when you do that kind of thing, what you're doing is you're offering a certain portion of control of your baby to somebody else that has the purse, right? And there's super high expectations. Like you got to deliver, or whatever you got is going to be gone. You know what I mean? And that can be tough. I mean, it's hard enough when you're, on your own and you're going out for the first time outside of a 9-to-5 or outside of that job, and you're going to go out and do this thing on your own, and you think it's a really good idea. You put it out there, and someone backs you to the pool of a couple $1 million. But that's usually not going to happen, I don't think, unless you can already show that your product or service is viable and generating a certain amount of revenue. Do you have employees yet? Is it just you and a building that's producing this stuff? It's automated, or did you make software? Is this software replicable? Can you just sell it ad nauseum and get monthly recurring revenue or annual recurring revenue on those things? And showing that you've got some good profitability there and room to grow because there's demand for it. You just need more capital to meet that demand. That's where I think you're going to really get investors or equity folks interested in what you're doing. But you just got to remember, right? It's like that Shark Tank stuff where it's like, hey, I'll give you $3 million for 30% of a company.